Hello, and welcome to the first episode of the BANANACAST. This is William, and I'm here with.
I am Mr. Awesome Face.
Alright. So, I guess this podcast is going to be mainly about just us talking, for your entertainment. Feel free to jump in any time, with anything.
Alright.
So, we've both been playing a lot of Skyrim lately.
Indeed. Skyrim.
I play a Khajiit, sort of mage rogue.
Hold on, why would you be a Khajiit?
I don't know, because they make really good rogues.
But what are you, a furry?
No, that's Uriah.
Well, obviously you're playing a Khajiit, therefore you're a furry.
Well, I know like 7 other people that do.
No, he's a furry.
Really?
I mean, hey, that is why. That's why real men play Argonian.
Well, yeah, no, I was gonna do that, except I didn't actually want to be anything that Argonians are good at.
Argonians aren't good at anything, though.
Exactly.
They can breathe underwater, and they're immune
To poison.
to disease.
Yeah.
That's it. No, disease.
Oh, not even poison.
Well, I don't even know anymore.
I think they are immune to poison.
I think they changed a lot of shit in Skyrim, but
Yeah.
I'm not 100% on that.
Oblivion was a pretty great game, too.
Oblivion was beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean...
And from what I've seen
all
of
the
Skyrim,
houses.
it's pretty amazing as well.
Yeah, sadly, though, I will not be able to buy all the houses anytime soon and set up my drug lab in Skyrim.
You had a drug lab in Oblivion, if I do remember.
Yes, I had a skooma lab in the basement of, not Rosethorn Hall. Maybe it was Rosethorn Hall. I don't know. I did.
Good.
I talked to him first, and I'm like, what the fuck? That much gold from moon sugar?
And then you
And I
killed him.
killed him.
Yeah.
Well, I slunk off into the corner, and then I headshotted him with a bow.
That really is the best way for assassinating.
Assassinating? Well, yeah, because if you, like, try to creep up behind them, they're like, turn around.
Also, I was hoping, like, with the adding on of, whatever, like, executions and whatnot, I was hoping that, like, if you were hidden behind their back with a dagger, it would just be, like, an insta-kill execution thing, but it isn't.
Yeah, that's kind of depressing.
It really is. So, now it's pretty much back to rogues being, like, the only way for them to do any real damage until their sneak is level 30 is to headshot with a bow from behind them.
Yeah, so really, rogues are still useless for dungeon crawling, which is the entirety of the game.
Yep. Mages are pretty great in this game, though.
Unless you play it like me, though. If you play it like me, then here's what you do. What's that main quest? Hold on, I'll do just enough. Alright, sweet, now I can free roam. Alright, now I'm gonna go into the main city. Alright, what's going on over here? Ooh, a house. I can pick the lock. Ooh, a person. Oh shit, they saw me stab!
Nice.
Alright. Ooh, a chest. Aw, shit, life savings. And then I leave.
I still can't find a spell that makes me invisible.
I got some potions that make me invisible.
Does the become ethereal thing make you invisible?
I think so. I don't really know.
I know it makes you immune to damage, but
Where did you even get that shout? When I started the new game, I couldn't find it.
shit, I don't actually know. I think it was just in some random dungeon that I was crawling through.
Well, yeah, no, I never found it. I did, however, get the ice breath thing.
Oh, nice. I think the first dragon you fight has something that sets you on fire.
No. Yeah.
So,
I mean, beat the fuck out of that dragon. It was like, oh, what's that? You want to shout? Well, fuck you.
well, fuck you. Shut the fuck up, bitch. And then you punched him in the face, if I do remember correctly.
No, it was a different dragon that I proceeded to beat to death with my bare hands.
Alright, then.
That was the best fight ever. I'm gonna be honest.
Best fight ever.
I mean, probably even better than that fight with, fuck. Who was the last guy that you actually fight in Oblivion? The last really big boss guy.
Oh, shit. I don't know.
I don't know. But I remember fighting that, bro, and being like, haha, punch, 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 punch. And then I was like, hold on, this is terrible. Why am I punching him?
And then you proceeded to shoot him in the face with a bow.
No. Well, yes, actually.
Yeah.
Well, it was at point blank range, and I had my invisibility suit on.
Oh, they actually made magic comprehensible in this game.
Ah, yeah, now there aren't any spells that take over 1,000 mana to cast. And yes, those existed.
Yeah, dude, the Trap Soul spell is like...
It's like what? It's 300, right?
It's 92 for me, I think.
Oh. Did you, what level of spell is it?
I think it's Apprentice.
Did you get the perk in...
No, not in... It's in Conjuration, but no, not yet.
Oh. We'll do that.
Probably, yeah.
Just pass off me whenever you...
Here we go. You gotta do voices, too. Negative potatoes, also sometimes called anti-potatoes, are an edible cousin and the exact opposite of the widely known potato. A member of the negative tuber family, their existence centered around the belief that while it is impossible to possess no potatoes simply by having 0 potatoes, it is also possible to have fewer than no potatoes with even 1 negative potato. Their paradoxical existence has granted negative potatoes special properties for which applications have been developed and commonly used in various settings, from culinary to economic, from military to industrial. Once overshadowed by regular potatoes in the public eye, negative potatoes gained notoriety in 1956 when they were adopted as the national food of Darfur. Characteristics. In the case of nearly all matter of the universe, the exact opposite of an object is the lack of existence of that object. For example, if a chair exists, then somewhere a chair does not exist. This preserves the balance of nature across the universe. Potatoes, however, are different in that God did not originally intend to create a food as useful, delicious, and customizable as the modest potato. Nonetheless, due to rounding error in the Department of Agriculture in heaven, potatoes were created and gifted to the people of Earth. Thinking quickly, God decided that in this instance, the opposite of an object would have to be a physical manifestation of fewer than none of the potato. The negative potato was devised as a way of keeping the universe balanced. It is said that every potato farmed in Idaho by a wealthy American industrialist, on the other side of the world there is a negative potato farmed by a dirt-poor Chinese man. The appearance of the negative potato is dependent on the individual perceiving it. Whatever would represent the exact opposite of a potato is the form that the negative potato takes to them. Most people perceive negative potatoes as slightly radioactive, potato-shaped holes in space, and believe that all black holes, such as those that occur in outer space, or in the area between the ears of most politicians, are merely large piles of negative potatoes. If true, this theory would explain how that there can be one negative potato for each regular potato, and yet they can still be rare. Concluding that negative potatoes are everywhere, though these people generally are called crazy and ignored. Mathematics of negative potatoes. Negative potatoes are highly intertwined with mathematics to justify their existence. Many people have gone their entire lives without learning about negative potatoes, and it is sometimes difficult to comprehend the idea of less than no potatoes. Fortunately, mathematicians over the years have made it easy to explain the concept of the negative potato through use of simple equations and mathematical facts. There exist a number of methods for mere mortals to create negative potatoes. A few of these are listed below. Take 2 casseroles, one with 2 potatoes and one with no potatoes. Remove 3 potatoes from the first casserole and add them to the second. Since the number of potatoes must be the exact same throughout the process, a negative potato is created to maintain the balance. Plant a negative potato seed in negative soil, give it plenty of negative water, make sure it gets negative sunlight and doesn't get eaten by any negative insects, but avoid the use of negative pesticides. And wait a few negative weeks. For obvious reasons, this is not recommended by Democrats. Ask Sarah Palin to fetch the 10 potatoes from her closet. Why she keeps them in there is beyond the scope of this article. She will predictably miscount and withdraw 11 potatoes, creating a negative potato. Okay, fuck it, you start.
Potato equalization. as in standard for an object, and its complete opposite, of which potatoes and negative potatoes are the only known examples. The combination of a potato and a negative potato will cause the two to cancel each other out and effectively disappear. An event known as potato equalization, unregulated, rampant potato equalization, was cited as the cause of the Great Potato Equalization, was cited as the cause of the Great Famine of Ireland in 1845, an event which ravaged the country until the Irish government caught up in 1852 and established regulations governing the use of negative potatoes. Potato equalization is sometimes used in food fights, since potatoes are large and powerful ammunition for an classmate. Countering with a negative potato allows said classmate to avoid the attack. Because of potato equalization, negative potatoes have found popularity with people working in certain industries. In 1965, massive overproduction of potato salad in communist Russia threatened the nation's economy until the extra potato salad was combined with negative potatoes, resulting in regular salad. Unbeknownst to most Americans, but known to us, the upper potatoes, a negative potato, turning them into couches, strain on the nation's healthcare and economy. Sexually curious preteens will sometimes sneak a negative potato from the grocer and use it with their Mr. Potato Head toy, giving them a Mr. Head.
Yeah, just like the end.
No, I'm not going.
Producing regular potatoes and the square potato theorem. Those who find themselves without any need for the uses described above can simply use negative potatoes in sufficient quantity to produce regular potatoes. The traditional method is to take 2 potato casseroles, each of which is made with 3 negative potatoes, and multiply them together, i.e. -3 times -3 equals 9 normal potatoes. This process is extremely efficient, and it can produce more potatoes than the number of potatoes required. However, a casserole dish is consumed in the process. Prospective potato producers should take caution not to overuse the process and drive casserole dishes into extinction. Around the beginning of the 20th century, mathematicians devised a method of turning negative potatoes into potatoes without using up casserole dishes. This is called the square potato theorem. The basic idea is to square a negative potato, that is, multiply itself by itself, i.e. -1 to the power of 2 is -1 times -1, which is 1. This seems much more efficient, and it can produce potatoes without the waste of casserole dishes, but this technique is difficult to perfect. Newbie mathematicians often make the mistake of calculating the square root of a negative potato instead of the square. This is problematic, not only because the square root of a negative potato is an imaginary potato, which is, of course, a completely fictional and absurd idea, envisioned by Democrats, but because most modern calculators will return an error if square root of 9 negative potatoes is entered into them. It was not long before fast food industry picked up on this mathematical tool of wizardry and found other uses for it. For example, killing Democrats. If it is
That isn't even written.
It should be. For example, it is possible to extract the roots of 9 potatoes by calculating the square roots. Although this is considered wasteful and the roots are not very tasty, a more popular method is to calculate the square root of an imperfect square of potatoes, i.e. the square of 8 equals 2.8. Rather than useless potato roots, this equation gives 2 whole potatoes, some French fries, the physical manifestation of a fraction of a potato, a little ketchup, as illustrated on the right. Fast food chains have used the square potato theorem to quickly produce French fries in bulk. Oh God, wonderful. I'm gonna look up banana.
There was nothing written about Democrats in there.
There should have been. Amir, I'm linking you to the banana page. I'll start.
Hold on. I'm explaining the whole point behind personal reality theory to Chrissy.
Okay, here we go. In Soviet Russia, banana peels you! Russian reversal on bananas. Bananas are the almighty source of life substance known as potassium. Potassium is needed for all daily functions. An apple a day keeps the potassium away. A banana a day will increase your potassium intake tenfold. People often associate humor with the banana, and they don't know why. This is it. A long time ago, Arthur Fonzarelli picked up a banana and held it in the sky and said, "This fruit shall be above all other fruits. It isn't that exciting of a story, plus it kind of looks like a penis." Bonana, species, mammal. Discovered in 1403 by the great inventor Brendan Oliver Nana. The first bonanas were purely decorative pieces to adorn the walls of mid-Victorian households. First eaten in 1998 by rapper Big Punisher, who gave the food its now modern pronunciation, bonana. A bonana is the bowel movement of a gorilla. Bonanas are a tasty treat loved by children who do not know what this is. But upon reaching adulthood, anyone smart enough to find this out does not want to eat a banana anymore. They are more profound evidence that God Almighty himself actually does exist. Urgent! Just in. It has now been found that after bazillions of years, the first banana is disguising itself as an edible fruit. There have been several million cases that after a considerable amount of time left in the fruit basket on your kitchen table, or whatever, the banana grows bacterial spores that unremorsably kill every person in the household it is in. Some stupid scientists believe that the greenish fur it grows is mold caused by bacterial changes, but it is not. The banana is feces that demands to be eaten. A result of not being eaten, the banana grows its cultured germs that kill any Democrats that it finds. The people not eaten so-called mold, because of the so-called mold, is the region-wide deaths and choking and slipping on its peel, which turn into the banana it grows back again. Just like a starfish's leg, causing more resources for the banana to kill with. The more people who have survived the attack from a banana have thrown out the moldy food because of health and high-tight gene syndrome. Reasons. So, if a banana starts to become furry, step on it ASAP. Banana germs are also very weak organisms due to their soft skin and no bone structure, similar to Democrats. But it is safe to eat the banana after it reaches this stage. Urgent. Some killer bananas have been found taking over a small country near Australia. If you see a killer banana, please call this number. 0183746575757 565656565454545454, or go to isawakillerbananahelpme.com. Take it away.
The Bonana, a thought-to-be fruit celebrated for its perpetually low-pricing grocery stores and quantity of N's in the name, is a popular food in the so long and thanks for all the fish family, loved by the rich and poor alike, found in 756 by an Arab desiring to sell something other than dates. The banana was originally bright blue and shaped like a small furry beach ball. Though centuries of selective breeding, the banana has since evolved into a yellow penis shape. But one rule applies to all types of bananas. Germinous. Bananas are considered to be among the world's most germ-filled beings. Bananas are the staple food of monkeys, because monkeys live where gorillas do, and it is the only thing around they believe is edible. Bananas are poison to anyone who is not a monkey. Since humans are not poisoned by bananas, this is proof that evolution exists and we are monkeys. However, bananas also have a large variety of other uses, including stage props for people who slip and fall. But who leaves banana peels on the floor anyway? Monkeys do. But the peel wouldn't be slippery on the forest floor. Bananas and Microsoft Windows. Charles Darwin recently forced Microsoft to admit our software is created by monkeys that enlarge penises. After tracking banana shipments to Windows headquarters, Melinda Gates said, "Nobody without an army of monkeys to feed has a use for that quantity of bananas." Based on this, some have decided that bananas contain the potassium needed to produce successful babies. However, to date, no one has acquired enough bananas and monkeys to repeat Microsoft's experiments of penis-enlarging monkeys. In the last attempt, Ubuntu sucked and was chased away by several ferocious mosquitoes. Instead, they import potassium from Richmond, a glorious nation in Central Asia. Etymology. According to my dick, the word banana comes from an Arab word meaning outrageous salamander. This is because both bananas and fingers can be used as sex organs without risk of AIDS. However, there is risk mono and getting all fizzed up, nigga.
Alright.